It's not often that I interview a supermodel, but when she has a breakout role in a new movie produced by Lyle Howry and she uses her fame to help animals, well, that's an interview I want to take. My name is Elysabeth Alfano, your host of the TV show, web series, and podcast, The Celebrity Dinner Party. From a bustling red carpet in Hollywood, I speak with model and actress Joanna Krupa about her new movie, You Can't Have It, also starring football great Rob Gronkowski, and her work with PETA. A bit more about my guest. Joanna Krupa is best known for her appearances on the reality television shows Dancing with the Stars, Top Model, and Real Housewives of Miami. Krupa has appeared on magazine covers including Playboy, Envy, FHM, Personal, Inside Sport, Stuff, Steppin' Out, Tease, Shape, and Maxim, in which she was named the sexiest swimsuit model in the world. Krupa has appeared in print campaigns with PETA opposing SeaWorld, the wearing of fur, and encouraging animal adoption. Now, I can't sneak food onto a red carpet, but I did have a drink during the celebration before the movie screening. And when it's time to celebrate, I order my favorite of all the Kendall Jackson Reds, Kendall Jackson Jackson Estate Pinot Noir, from the Anderson Valley in Mendocino County, California. It's barrel-aged 11 months in 100% French oak, with rich flavors of blueberries, black cherries, cola, and dusty spices. It's a perfect way to set the tone for a great night. So sit tight and grab your own glass of wine. After a quick word about podcasts and a word from Kendall Jackson Winery, I'll be right back with Joanna Krupa. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast, The Dinner Party with Elysabeth Alfano, on iTunes. Just search for The Dinner Party, or if SoundCloud is your thing, you can find me there too by searching for The Dinner Party. Subscribe and you'll never have to hunt for great, engaging interviews again. They'll just land on your computer or your iPhone every time a new podcast comes out. So subscribe now to The Dinner Party Podcast with me, Elysabeth Alfano, because the best conversations really do happen over dinner. Kendall Jackson is a proud sponsor of The Dinner Party Podcast with Elysabeth Alfano. Kendall Jackson believes it's not what you're drinking to, it's who you're drinking with. Before your next dinner party, visit kj.com to explore Kendall Jackson's diverse collections of high-quality California wines, from Vintner's Reserve Chardonnay, America's favorite Chardonnay for more than 24 years, to their newest release of Vineyard Designate wines. Kendall Jackson's got a wine you'll love. Enjoy Kendall Jackson responsibly. Kendall Jackson Winery, Santa Rosa, California. Joanna Krupa, thanks for speaking with me today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So as a young girl growing up in Poland, did you think that this would be your life?
I definitely dreamt of it. I can definitely say that I'm living the American dream. I'm very proud of everything that I've accomplished. Obviously I have a lot more to accomplish in my dream, everything that I've dreamt of since I was a little girl, but I'm definitely closer than I've ever thought I would be. So I'm very proud of all my accomplishments, and I'm very grateful for because everything I do in my business and the entertainment business, I'm very grateful for.
It must feel wonderful to start so far away and then come here and be such a success.
Definitely. I'm very grateful to my parents. Obviously, my mom and I moved when I was 5 years old. We emigrated from Poland. So it was a struggle, and I think because the fact, she came in with like $100 in her pocket. We had no money. We really had to rely on the family that was in Chicago. I think that's why I stayed so humble, because I had such a hard time even like breaking into the entertainment business. When I was 20, I moved to Los Angeles, and it was a struggle. Nothing was easy in my life. It's still not easy. So I think because of everything that has happened, it just keeps me very sane and humble and very grateful for everything.
So you have been on Dancing with the Stars and, of course, Desperate Housewives of Miami. How does that compare to being on the movie set of You Can't Have It?
Well, I've done, it's interesting because, my first thing that really got me into the media in America was a movie, which I did. I played a lead role. It was called Max Havoc, Curse of the Dragon, which was like 12 years ago. And that really got my steps wet into the business, in the entertainment business in America, which was, Playboy gave me the first cover as a celebrity spread and cover because of the movie. So here we are, 12 years later, working with Lyle Howry on You Can't Have It. So, it's always been something that I really wanted to do, but because after, the first movie I did, I became so busy with the modeling that I traveled around the world. I never had the time to audition or really meet with the producers and directors. So it's kind of like now is the time, when Lyle approached me for the movie. Then I have another movie coming out this summer called Another Day in Paradise. Then I'm shooting another movie in May called A Wind of Heaven. So it's, I feel like it's been like the last year and a half, it's been like the years of with movies, which is weird. So I guess this is the time for the acting.
So it's kind of coming full circle for you.
Yeah, it's like naturally coming. It's not like I have to push for it. I think everything that I've done, until now, I think now finally things are coming together aside. Obviously, from what I love doing is the modeling, but now I want to focus more on the acting and all the other stuff that I'm doing, all the different venues.
And what did you learn about yourself on set?
What did I learn? You know what? I've learned that I'm definitely a good listener because Andre Gordon, which is the director, he's been amazing. He knew exactly what he wanted. So obviously, if he gave me any advice or asked me to do, a line a different way, he was just so easy to work with. So I realized, I think I'm very easy to work with, and I think I love direction because obviously you might think something. Okay, I think I should deliver the line this way, but the director has a different vision, and the director tells you how he wants you to deliver it, and you do it. So I think, it's like a mutual. It's not like a mutual relation, but it's like a mutual work ethic that you have to have. You can't think that you know it all because obviously the director is always right. So I think, I'm very respectful of the director, the producers, because obviously they know what they're looking for.
So I have to say, first of all, thank you for all the work that you do with animals. All of my animals have been rescue, cats and dogs and big dogs over the years, and so many of them, 5 in total.
Awesome.
And since you've been working with animals, do you see things changing?
Slowly, but things are changing. I just did my 5th PETA ad, which was launched today. It was anti-wool. When PETA approached me about 2 months ago about wool, I had no idea. I'm like, what are you talking about? Wool? Like sheep that get sheared, are abused? I had no idea. So then obviously they sent me the undercover video of them getting beaten. They, because the workers get paid per pound. So they're like really quick to shear them and they cut them in the process. They end up like having to sew them together without any painkillers. It's so heartbreaking. So the reason I love PETA so much is because obviously they have the video evidence. So it's not like somebody can say, oh, they're just talking smack, which is no, they have the actual evidence. So for me, I'm like, I knew there was cruelty, but I had no idea that there was also cruelty in the wool industry. So of course, when they approached me to do it, I'm like, of course, anything, for the animals. But it's heartbreaking, you see, like for me, I was raised to have a big heart for the animals, for human beings. Like, I'm not a vicious person. Unless somebody tries to hurt me, my family, my loved ones, of course I'm going to fight back. Of course I'm going to, speak up. But normally, how I just can't even fathom how can somebody be so cold, like my heart is so warm. And if I see somebody like even, smacking their animal, like their dog on the butt, I'm like, what are you doing? Or they're pulling the leash too hard. I'm like, what, So I just don't understand the mentality of people. They're so into profit over being a good, humane person. And it's really heartbreaking because there's so many things that we can do. Obviously, we're never going to stop the production of meat. We're not going to produce leather and all this stuff, which I totally understand. And I'm not being an idiot to think one day we're going to live in this, wonderful world where no animals are going to get harmed, but at least do it humanely. Like all these fur farms, all these wool farms, all these farm factories that kill animals for meat, like the way they are before they're slaughtered, the way they're treated, it's just despicable. There's no reason for it, absolutely no reason for it, and that's what I stand for. Because I'm not here to tell everybody stop this, stop that, but at least try to change your life into a more humane life.
I completely agree. I understand the animal food chain. I've been to Africa and I get that lions eat gazelles, and I understand how it works, but I don't want to be a part of any factory farm. I don't want to be a part of something that I know is institutionalized cruelty. You can do it humanely.
Exactly, you can do it humanely. And like there was somebody that tweeted me the other day and it said, if we would slaughter the animals ourselves, everybody would be a vegetarian. Because if you really think about it, if you're the one going to kill this animal, like I can't go fishing. I will say that once in a while I do eat fish. I like sushi, but it's like I can't go and actually fish the fish. So it's the same thing with a cow, a pig. If somebody actually had to go kill that animal, I think there would be more people that wouldn't eat meat.
I understand completely. A last question in our very busy red carpet. Everyone can hear the noise behind us. I want to ask you, as a top model and someone who's in excellent shape, I'll say, for everybody, we'll get some pictures from the red carpet. Do you have any really good snacks that you eat on set that might be healthy but taste like you're cheating?
Definitely almonds. I love almonds. I love all types of nuts, like cashews and hazelnuts. They're so healthy for you. They're so great for your brain, but they also taste good. Acai, like I love in the morning, I love to do an acai protein shake. It's acai. It has chia seeds. It has almond milk, protein. What else? Sometimes I put almonds, all types of nuts in it, banana, papaya, and it's really great. It's really healthy, but it tastes amazing. So you don't feel like you're cheating because it's super, super healthy, but also tastes really delicious.
So when is You Can't Have It going to be out to the public?
Good question. That's something we need to ask Lyle. Right now we're doing an intimate private screening here in LA. We're also going to do it in New York and I think Boston because of Gronk. And then I guess it's going to, come out on limited theaters and then video and Netflix and all that good stuff. But the exact date, I don't know.
Well, I'm excited for it. You Can't Have It, hopefully out in theaters soon. Thanks for speaking with me. Thanks for joining in on The Dinner Party with me, Elysabeth Alfano. To stay in the know, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DinnerPartyCHGO and on Facebook at The Dinner Party and at Elysabeth Alfano. To subscribe to this podcast, find The Dinner Party on iTunes and SoundCloud and WGNplus.com. And if you want to send me an email about today's podcast or anything else, find all my info at thedinnerparty.tv. The editor is Joshua Snyder. The original music is by the Websters and Ship Captain Crew. Thanks for listening today, and join me on the next Dinner Party podcast where the best conversations happen over dinner.